Hey, welcome to the Marriage 360 podcast. I am Marty Sloan. This is my lovely wife.
What's my name?
You're supposed to say your name.
Oh, okay, Becky.
Becky Sloan. And our topic today is disagreements. And so we just started off with one. I thought you were saying your name.
I know,
and you
but I
looked
wanted
at
you
me.
to say my name,
Okay.
but it's okay.
We'll just do a quick rant back. This is my wife, Becky.
Thank you for the introduction.
All right, so let's discuss disagreements in marriage. Have we ever had a disagreement?
Oh, for sure.
No, have we really? I disagree.
Yes, we have disagreements all the time.
But how does a couple navigate keeping them civil, fair, without being hostile?
Well, I used to get frustrated as young marrieds when you'd hear people say, well, it just takes time and over the years. And because I would think, well, we don't have time to wait till we've been married 30 years. And that was 5 or 10 years in, and here we are 30 years in. I have to say, though, that my frustration at that time, I could see now where when you're married, the longer you're married, the more you can work at this stuff, and it gets easier. Those first few years of marriage, I'd say 5, 10 years and starting family, disagreements just can come out of nowhere. Yeah. And I think sometimes our immaturity just stokes that flame. And it just keeps it going. And as we get older, as we learn our spouse more, as we mature somewhat in our marriage, we learn those triggers. We learn when to just not jump on every thing that is said. And you start to enjoy peace. I mean, peace in the home. So you just want to keep those disagreements to a minimum.
Well, the good news is neither of us were immature when we got married.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We were both highly mature adults when we said I do. Not so much. But how does a couple navigate the reality that, number one, I think in life you're going to have disagreements?
Sure.
First of all, there's male-female factors.
Right.
There are different expectations, different demands, different pressures. I know that we've navigated this, that at different stages of our parenting journey, you've had pressures I didn't have.
Right.
And that's flipped sometimes into pressures that I now have with our sons that you didn't have.
Right.
And so because we're going to have these moments, how does a couple go about navigating fair, if we could use that word, discussion, disagreements, conflicts? Because we've not had a hostile home. Mm-mm. We're not hostile people. Mm-mm. We've not had anything verbally violent. We've not had any cursing at each other. We've not had things of physical violence. We've never had things of that nature in our home. I'm not saying you've not thought about that, but I won't put you on a lie detector test right now about that. Have you thought about that? But we've just not operated that way. We've definitely had our share of tensions, and we've had some tense moments. We've had some silence.
Right.
We've had some go to the opposite ends of the house, or the apartment was worse because it wasn't that big. Couldn't get away from each other.
No.
We've had some sleeping on the edge of the beds. Mm-hmm. So how does a couple navigate a disagreement in a way that doesn't destroy the relationship?
Well, speaking from my experience, and I'm not a minister, I'm not a counselor, I don't have background in couples therapy, but just this is real raw conversations with you and I, and just what our marriage has shown us. Is I think for one is you have to have ground rules.
Yeah, accountability.
Accountability, ground rules to what things are to be discussed, what things are safe to discuss. And timing's always an issue too. You don't wait till your spouse has worked a 12-hour shift, come home, the house is a mess, and everybody's tired, and everybody goes to bed, then to bring up a conversation. That's the worst time, I think,
So you're
to want to
saying
talk.
late at night when
Late
the
at
lights
night,
are out,
when the lights are out.
asking questions
Yes,
about conflict.
asking
Okay.
questions
It's
is
a
just
bad
not
idea.
good.
I'll inform my other self
Yeah,
about
well,
that.
you don't do that as much anymore. But it's
Anymore.
like it gets so quiet and you're just about ready to go to sleep. And it's like, I need to talk to you about this. And it's,
Well, because when I want to talk. It's important now.
you want to get that off of your chest. And sometimes I just need to think about things, sleep on it a little bit.
So people are wired differently.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Whether it be a fixer or a resolver, there's different personality types in relationships.
Is there an I don't care-er?
There probably is.
Just kidding.
I think we all become that as we get older in life. Like, it don't matter. I mean, you
Yeah.
start giving up on the idea of correcting everything. I think something I learned early on in life is I made the mistake early in our marriage of trying to correct things I didn't think lined up with my perspective or my views.
Right.
And in turn, that wasn't helping you flourish in who you were. I felt like it was my job to put all things in order.
Right.
And it was just really a waste of time and really stupid. That's the best word to use for it. It was a very immature look at relationship. Like, I'm here to get her squared away a little bit. And that's
Right.
really a dumb idea.
Yeah.
And I don't think I saw that till way later in our marriage, and reflecting back on, why was that an issue for me? Why do I even care about that?
Yeah.
And you think back on stuff, as we've talked about before, that some of our issues we had early in married life, even throughout married life, you look back 5-10 years later, you're going, that's not that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, early on, I knew you were more of a communicator than I was, and I was more of a get silent and kind of sulk a little bit. And I mean, looking back, like you were saying about your experience, not all of it was stupid. I mean, you were doing the best that you knew how to do and try to make things happen and to grow your marriage. I could have been more of a communicator. Even though it wasn't a huge strength of mine, I could have been a better communicator, knowing you wanted to talk and knowing you wanted to get conversation going so we could hash it out and talk about it. And so, unfortunately, you can't go back and correct that stuff, but you can look back and you can give others, some of that advice, and you yourself can over time become more of a communicator if that's what's necessary.
So I think in talking about, fair fighting, if we can use that term respectfully, or fair disagreement, fair conflict, first of all, conflict is not a bad thing.
No.
Conflict is a discovery opportunity, but how we go about it can be a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, when I bought you the cherry cordial ice cream early in our married life.
Ugh.
And I came home with this, I brought this pint of ice cream from UDF home, and I thought, man, she's going to love this. And I brought it, and you looked at it, and you're like, I'm a peanut butter chocolate kind of girl. And I'm like, I don't think she likes this. And I mean, for a moment there, I'm kind of like, I'll never forget this. I'm in the house there on Mitchell Avenue, our first home we ever owned. And I'm like, I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. For me, it was like the most tragic
Would it have been more helpful for me
life.
to eat that ice cream and act like I liked it?
Because I would have assumed that you liked it and kept buying it for you.
Yes.
On the flip side, you set me on a clear path of this is what I like,
right?
Which then gave me the opportunity to fuel what you like.
Right.
Or I could have been over here in other places. You're like, I don't eat mint either, So,
and I know that you don't like Dinty Moore beef stew and biscuits.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it was a good experience. I don't like that either.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
No.
And I use a spoon, not a fork.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The first time I ever put a fork at your plate, and you looked at me, and I don't use a fork. I use it, or a tablespoon. I use a tablespoon.
Yeah, I use a tablespoon, not a teaspoon.
Not a teaspoon. I think
or
you
a ladle.
use forks.
A ladle will work too.
A ladle will work, yeah. So I knew always to put a tablespoon at your plate, not a teaspoon. And you do use forks. So
some things in life, I think when something comes at us wrongly, our first step is rejection. Like, well, it's about me.
We take it so personal.
And the truth is, me picking the wrong ice cream, that's a comical conversation today, I had no basis for thinking you would like that. I had no basis to think that you wouldn't like it. I didn't know. So the truth is I found out something I didn't know.
I think cherry pie was your favorite thing.
I like cherry pie.
Yeah, so when you probably saw the cherry cordial, you probably thought, we'll both enjoy this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a cherry cordial fan. I just thought this is something different. So my point is, in relationships, conflict, we say that word, is not a bad thing. It's a discovery opportunity.
Right.
If people don't take it too serious and too personal,
yeah,
I think they will grow from opportunities like discussions about, oh, you don't like this. Okay.
Right.
Now I know.
Right.
Even like restaurants to go to or movies to watch or certain types of clothing. We often buy for somebody else what we see that we think they would like, but we don't know what they would like, unless you have conversations. So how do couples go about navigating conflict or disagreement in a way that still remains fair and doesn't become toxic to the relationship?
Well, I mean, I think we've mentioned it a few times so far. As you set the ground rules, you have a productive discussion at a time that works for both people. At some point when you agree to disagree, you have to be able to let stuff go. And I'm not talking about major conflicts within marriage, where there would be some ethical stuff involved and different things that you're saying, oh, we just got to let it go. I'm thinking more along the lines of it's just my preference or just maybe a thought I had. You have to just learn to talk it out and then let it go and let time take care of things.
Is it true that sometimes we feel something the other person does not intend at all?
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah.
know we're in that hemisphere of being negative or hurtful or hateful.
But we take it that way.
We take it that way.
Yeah. And that could be, we all have to deal with pride and our emotions. And, sometimes when we feel that prickling in our heart because of something that's been said to us, maybe that's a good time to say, hey, what did that mean? Why did I take that way? Is there something in my heart that I need to take care of or some bitterness that I need to get resolved?
So sometimes our responses inform us about ourselves more than
Yes,
somebody
exactly.
else.
Right.
So like if you say something and I take a wrong response, that may be something about me.
That's on you.
It's 100% your problem. It's not on me. But it could be me. It could be that I just heard that in a way that you never intended. You didn't, what in your heart. Because sometimes our words don't come out or are not heard like they come out.
Right.
And we never know the person's intent.
Right.
Let me ask this question. Is it, you've heard the phrase leave well enough alone? Mm-hmm. In a long-term relationship, is well enough alone, being left alone, a recipe for disaster? If we don't address
Depends on what
issues.
you're talking about leaving alone. Core values to your marriage, whatever those may be for you. For us, we spiritual, family. I think when you talk finances or you talk things that have to do with your church and different things in your life that are important to you as a couple and as a family, I feel like you have to have some. You have to have a resolve to those things.
Yep.
You have to get to a place where you agree and can move on. And the little things you can leave well enough alone, I think. That's just me personally.
I think we use the phrase, like at the game of football, there's holding on every play.
Oh, yeah.
But if you call every foul, we'll be here a long time.
Right.
And in a marital relationship, because of so much close
Pick
proximity.
and choose your battles.
So much close proximity, so many points of interaction, good and bad, bumping into things, bumping into conversations. Again, I think I had the misconception in early marriage that my job was to bring everything into full alignment with how I saw the world.
Well, I probably felt like my job was to let you know that you weren't right about everything too.
And we both continued our pathway that we just gave up at some point.
Yeah.
So I think for couples to have open, honest dialogue is a healthy thing. Mm-hmm. Conflict isn't bad. I will say this: anything that a couple can't talk about, they probably won't resolve.
Right.
Because most resolution comes through communication above everything else.
And that's when you bring in a pastor, a trusted advisor, a counselor, somebody that can help sit down with you as a couple and lead you through that.
So, again, my goal is to always have fair disagreement.
Yes. Bring it on.
You're not scared. I've got no fear that you're scared of a conversation that's difficult. Believe me, I know that you're able to handle yourself. So anyway, that's the wrap on the podcast for this topic.
Awesome.
I love doing life with you.
I love doing life with you too.